Sotius here, and with me today is Illusivephil, SaintBalmung, and Glenn. How are you annoying gentlemen doing today?
Good.
These guys have given me hell for the past half, well, not even half an hour because Glenn was late.
uh, uh,
Suck
I
it,
was
Glenn.
we had
asleep.
we
I
had
was asleep.
great trolls,
Phil was asleep, Glenn was late, and me and Saint were the only ones here.
Well, I
Okay,
was so you know, like,
shut up, Glenn. Alright, so how have you gentlemen been this week?
inspired.
Oh, God, you all live
I
such
stayed up.
interesting lives.
I stayed up 2 days playing Overwatch and Rainbow Six Siege.
How are you getting on with Overwatch?
Pretty fun. I like it.
Yeah, me and Phil have been playing it quite a bit.
Yeah,
Excuse
I
me.
know what Saint's been playing all week. Again.
Yeah, I was actually playing and streaming Dead by Daylight all week.
All week. You will get bored of it one
Fucking
time.
A,
One
dude, I
day.
got
One
like
day
a
you'll get
10
bored
hou-
of it.
Like, not yes. I think it was. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before. I fucking went for like 10 hours.
Straight?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Were
I
you
get
streaming?
So bored.
Yeah, I was streaming.
I
Okay.
get so bored doing Dead by Daylight for 10 hours straight.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I like smacking people.
Then go play
Fucking-
GTA. Go play GTA.
Just fucking walk up to him with a hatchet or something. Just go doink.
Play GTA.
Why GTA? That's a vastly different game.
Yeah, I'm
it's
not.
so
that's
fun.
more shooty bang bang, not smacking people upside the head.
But you can still smack people upside the head.
It's more trolling people than anything.
You take your GTA and shove it right up your ass, Phil.
GTA is fun. Don't fuck with GTA. I fought for a very long time for that game, and I will gladly tell that story. It's really funny.
You did what now? Oh, you fought for a long time for that game?
Yeah, because so here's the story. Okay, my parents are kind of strict, and they won't let me really play Grand Theft Auto or actually Dead Space. Ben, remember that whenever I had you write something for my parents?
Oh, what was
That was
that?
good. It was for Dead Space 3. I remember that.
Something about a review, wasn't it?
No, I was like, tell my parents it's not that bad. But
Oh, God. Okay.
so anyway, basically, I got Grand Theft Auto 4 like the year before, and I'm like, okay, finally got this. Like, can I get GTA 5? They're like, no. I'm like, I have GTA 4, but you won't let me get GTA 5. What the hell?
And how old
So
were
then-
you when this was a thing?
It was last year, so 14. But E3 came around, and I was like, okay, pretty cool. Then on PlayStation, I had a deal. Get Grand Theft Auto 5 full price, and you get $1.25 million online. I'm like, I have to do this. So basically, I got my backpack, and I got my old Xbox 360. We got a couple of games, and I had $20. And I ride my bike to GameStop. And if you know anything about Texas, it rains here during the summer, like on and off.
Mhm.
And basically, I finally get to GameStop, and I have like $80 after trading all the stuff in. And then I go, okay, I'm just gonna get 4 PSN cards, which I do. And as I get out, there's like a Wendy's next to the GameStop, so I just go in there and have like lunch.
Oh, okay.
And it starts like pouring, like raining really hard. I was like, will I be able to take it back my bike? Because it's like a good like 2 mile journey on bike from GameStop to my house. And so I check my phone and look at the radar. Like it's coming in line. So I just wait for the first line to go, then I just start booking it. The second front decided to grow, and basically I didn't get home in time. I was stuck in the woods, and it was like in a really bad thunderstorm. Then my phone starts going off. It's like doing like the EAS sound. I'm like, okay, this is bad. It says severe thunderstorm warning. I'm like, okay, I might die. This is pretty bad.
You did all this for a game?
5 minutes later, it gets worse. My phone goes off again. I'm like, oh, it cannot get any worse. Maybe a flash flood. No, it's a tornado warning.
Oh shit.
That's kind of crazy.
I'm under a tree in a thunderstorm with a tornado warning, all for GTA 5.
Wow.
Worth?
It was worth it.
Have you not heard of online ordering?
No, he's got a youngster's card.
But my parents couldn't find out about it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Subsequently, 2 weeks later, my parents decided to give me GTA 5.
After all that.
It's like I almost died for this, guy.
Yeah.
My mind broke for like a good day. I was just like, I risked my fucking life for that game. Give it to me now?
Karma. Alright, anyone else? Anything you'd like to add? Anything you've been up to this week, Phil?
Ben
Apart
likes
from
the Call of Duty
sleeping.
Infinite Warfare trailer.
Shut the Shut your dirty mouth. Alright, on that note, we're going to move on to the first story of the day, and that is G2A is making some changes in the way that they operate in regards to developers. Now, can anyone guess why G2A would want to be making changes?
Because they rip people off.
Yeah, because a load of developers moaned at them.
Yes, so TinyBuild had an issue. They had a complaint of losing $450,000 in copies of Speedrunners, Punch Club, and Party Hard because of G2A's illegal key selling, which isn't. It's not regulated by G2A. That's the issue. You know, it's so easy to sell keys on there. You just don't know if they're legit or not. But G2A heard their complaints, and they've now decided that they will offer up to 10% for any of the developers' products sold on their site, and they'll also grant access to the G2A database so that developers can verify sales and try to read out illegal practices. And now the TinyBuild CEO is a little happier about this, but still does not like G2A in general, as it still doesn't stop stolen keys from being sold. But it's a step in the right direction.
Definitely.
You guys buy stuff from G2A?
Yeah, I buy stuff off G2A. Their problem is G2A is more like a marketplace, so it's more like eBay anyway.
Right.
So you're never going to stop like other keys being sold on eBay. So I do get Tiny Games thing grief with them, but it's kind of almost not their fault, if you know what I mean. Because you're never going to stop it anyway. It's part of the market. If you're going to have resellers anyway, it's going to happen.
True.
I mean, another thing is maybe for the developers don't make your keys so easy to have access to.
Exactly.
I mean,
I have no idea because I don't play.
That's true. You don't play PC at all?
Not anymore. My laptop is a piece of shit now.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Battlefield 4 beta broken, pretty much.
the potato.
I used to always buy stuff from G2A, and I'm sure I still will, but lately I just don't see big enough profit, big enough savings to make it worth it. They're still very much in line with what Steam has for the most part. I haven't seen anything that's, less than what Steam's offering, so there's really no point.
Especially when you've got the sales on. With the sales, it's usually generally better to go onto the sales than it is to go onto G2A.
Yeah.
Because people will just buy it on Steam and then just gift it you on G2A.
Well, I find that if you look up a game on G2A that you want to buy, it looks cheap at first, but then you get to checkout and then it adds on the VAT, and the G2A shield to make sure you get a good key. And by that point, it's just not worth it.
No.
Do you guys use any other key sites for CD keys other than... I mean, there is a site called cdkeys.com. They're pretty good. I've used those a few times.
Bundle, I guess.
Yeah, the only other one I use is the one that I use for Overwatch, and they were quite good when they sorted it out.
Which one was that?
I can't remember.
There was a few issues with that one, wasn't there?
Yeah, they did have a few issues, but oh well.
They sorted it out in the end.
They sorted it out in the end and emailed me a new code.
Alright, so Phil, what is going on with Orion?
Well, Activision decided to sue a little startup company.
The developers of Orion, yeah.
The developers of Orion, because they claimed that everything was basically copied, which you can see their point. There's
a few images. I saw a thread. I think Alyssa actually sent me the thread about this.
Yeah, Alyssa did send us a thread.
Yeah, you can see the assets are a kind of copy for the most part, and there has been long-running complaints about the developers of Orion. Who are they? I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Do you have it there?
I do not have it here.
I can find out.
Yeah, you find out.
Go ahead,
So
keep
basically, I don't know what engine they're using for Orion. In fact, I'll find out what engine they're using for Orion. But the main issue was a lot of assets are very similar to a lot of Activision assets, and just in general, this company's always had a bad rep. I've got the company here. It's Trek Industries.
Spiral Game Studio.
So yeah, they've always kind of had an iffy sort of reputation. What was I looking at? Oh, the game engine. No, it doesn't even say on here. But yeah, you can kind of see in the images. I don't have any comparison screenshots to put up on the stream, but there definitely are some issues there. And then the funny thing that got me in that article that Alyssa sent everyone was the Trek Industries posted something saying, "No, look, these weapons are totally different. They have nothing alike whatsoever." And then people who play the game posted pictures saying, "No, Trek Industries fabricated those images to make it look like it's not the weapons in the game." that's great. So basically,
Unsurprising.
yeah. So what happened, Phil? What did they do? They took the game off or something off Steam?
Yeah, they took the game off, then moaned that they had to take the game off, and now it's back.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It does seem to be back. I mean, it's cheap as all hell right now. It's 51% off, and it was already 79
He was
pence.
moaning about he's not going to develop for it anymore until issues have been sorted, and
I mean, honestly, you shouldn't. I mean,
So-
it seems like a pretty clear-cut case of stealing assets.
Yeah.
And maybe you shouldn't have stole assets if you didn't want to have problems with your shit.
Exactly.
That's just common sense. You don't steal somebody else's shit to get ahead. I mean, don't get me wrong, it happens a lot in the business world, but realistically, you shouldn't do it.
But where'd you draw the line? If it was real guns and they'd kind of stolen the assets, then
Well, it's different though because
no, but just because it's a realistic model doesn't mean because they've stolen it.
but it's not a realistic model.
No, I know they're not realistic models, and I know
They're
that
kind
in
of
this case,
futuristic, aren't they?
yeah, in this case it is blatant stealing. But if they were based on realistic guns, would we still have the problem?
No, because it's based on something in the real world. Now, if the people who actually designed those guns would have a problem with it, would take issue with it, they could technically, not allow them to use them, but that would be really dumb because it's free promotion for them if you think about it.
Yeah.
But in this case, though, where it's very clear that, somebody else had actually made these assets, these aren't something you can get off of, they're not something you can get off of Unity or the Unreal Store or something like that, you know what I mean? They're not just floating about out there. You clearly just took somebody's, models and recreated them.
Yeah.
But the question comes is like, you have it with music, how close to the original do you have to be before it's classed as copying? If you wanted something based on sort of similar design, then how close does it have to be?
I think the main argument with Orion was that these models don't seem to have been made themselves whatsoever. There was one image of a T-Rex taken from another game, and the proportions were modified ever so slightly, but the feet and the bottom part of the torso were exactly the same positioning, no difference whatsoever. So it was almost as if they took another model and then modified it instead of doing the design from scratch themselves. If they did the design from scratch themselves and it just happened to look like something else, then fair enough, there might be a dispute there. But straight up, what they're complaining about is these models seem to have been straight up stolen and then tweaked ever so slightly to maybe pass off as their own. Interestingly, I'm looking at another one of their games here, Orion Prelude, and the first review was, just so people are aware, this game's name used to be Orion Dino Beatdown, and they changed the name and re-released it multiple times as a new game just to keep people from seeing all of the negative feedback it was getting. That is a dirty tactic. That is real dirty.
Like your typical shitty developer on Steam trying to cover their ass.
Mm-hmm. A lot of these reviews, I don't buy this, copyright infringement, blah blah blah, just people reviewing it, giving it negative.
As far as the copyright thing goes, though, honestly, I don't know, just don't take other people's stuff. Like, I
Mm.
understand.
How much of something do you have to change before it's not classic
Bro,
copy?
it's exactly the same models if you look at the pictures.
No, I'm not saying in this instance, but I'm saying for future reference, for other developers, how much of a model do you have to change? There's got to be a limit.
But that's not the point. You're not supposed to be changing the model. You're supposed to be making your own models.
Exactly, unless you're buying it out of like.
If it's from a
an
Unity
asset
store,
like
yeah.
Unity or Unreal or something like that, or if that company is selling you their assets, but you can't just take somebody's assets and use them. That's like if I go into DeviantArt right now, right? I go into DeviantArt right now and I just grab a picture off there and throw it up.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
fair.
I want to see what this-
Yeah, no. Yeah, you can tell from. I don't know if you looked it up, Saint, just now, but you can tell from their images.
I've seen the stuff about
Yeah,
that,
they are, especially the T-Rex one. It is the same model. It's just been tweaked ever so slightly. But yeah, I don't know. It's just dirty practice, especially just taking the game off, renaming it, and putting it back on Steam to get rid of the negative reviews.
Very common
That
practice
is
to do.
nasty.
Well, I mean, I've seen a lot of that. Watching a lot of Jim Sterling stuff. It's a very common tactic. You'll see these, not
Mhm.
so great developers do, just to continually try to push out this product that clearly isn't going to get the reception you want it to have. You can rename it, put a new picture of it up over and over again. The people are going to find the same problems. Maybe instead of wasting all that time, fix that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's. I don't trust this company whatsoever. I mean, Phil actually got me to. Convinced me to buy the game. I'm sure it was less than £1.
I actually like it though, to be fair.
I haven't played it yet, so I can't comment, but it was literally
Whenever
a day before these accusations came out. I bought the game, and all of a sudden it's like, boom, this game you just bought is, under a lot of criticism right now. And it's like, oh, okay. You got something to add, Glenn?
Basically, I remember like the Orion game, like right before I got off playing PC, and I remember it was pretty shit. I'm not surprised that they're in this situation because this game looked like there was no passion put into it.
Fair enough.
You know?
I mean, if you're going to scoop to the level of stealing assets, I guess there's not really a passion. I think in the article Alyssa
Digital
sent,
homicide, cough, cough.
yeah, I think in the article Alyssa sent, they're actually saying that the employees themselves were unhappy because the manager or whoever the head of the project basically worked them to death to get these games out on time, and then was basically saying, skip corners here, skip corners there, blah blah blah. No one will notice, but this is the internet. Everyone notices everything.
Well, not only that, here's the thing though, right? Like, honestly, a lot of people give the developers kind of a pass because they're being pressured by the publisher, but I think developers also need to start speaking up more. Honestly, they need to actually start trying to. I don't know. They just need to try harder to not be pushed into that corner, because after a while it gets to the point it's like we're just gonna keep seeing this over and over again if somebody doesn't grow a spine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, as somebody who's been working as a peon for a very long time, I mean, I've got, I don't sit there and take shit when somebody tells me to cut corners, stuff like that. Like, I don't do it because it's not how you know what I mean? That's not how my job gets done properly.
No. I mean, I've had jobs where people have been like, this is what you're doing. I'm like, this is wrong. Especially working at the B&B, it's being like, oh, clean this with this cleaning stuff that hasn't been cleaned in a while. And it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's disgusting. So there's always these practices in every industry, always little nasty things going on. I just think it's so shitty. Especially, I just think the worst thing is taking your game off, renaming it, and putting it up to avoid negative reviews. It's just going to generate negative reviews again. People are going to buy it and negative review it, but then by people buying it again, you get more money. It's such a... And they're not really selling it for much. I'm really surprised at how cheap the game is with all this controversy to be around it. They're saying...
I mean, honestly, I don't even think from what I saw it's even worth 50 cents.
There's got to be something
honest.
wrong when it's priced so damn low. There has to be. Anything you guys want to add on it, Orion?
Well, it'll be interesting to see whether they do continue to further develop or he just decides to scrap the project.
By the sounds of it, what you said, he said he wasn't going to work on it until this has all been sorted.
Yeah, so
So it's like you're punishing your players for
pretty
something
much.
not your players are doing. Or not your players complain about it, but Activision is complaining about it. Yet you're going to punish your players by not giving them any more content. That's really going to make them want to stick to your side of the story.
Maybe next time, just simply put, don't steal assets. I mean,
Yeah.
that's that easy.
Yeah,
Don't steal assets, and you wouldn't be in this situation.
exactly. Guys, guess who's making the game?
Ben.
No.
Ben. Ben, is it going to be like Call of Duty?
Fuck off, Phil.
Because we all know that's your favourite.
Okay. Deadmau5 is making a VR game in partnership with Absolute Labs, and yes, that's Absolute as in the vodka company.
I like vodka.
Have you seen those awful celebrity games that are out there? This is going to be... I don't have hopes for this, but it has a one-up. It has a one-up on all other celebrity games, and that is VR using the Google Cardboard. The game's going to be available for both iOS and Android devices on July 27th. Now, can you guess what it's about, apart from being about Deadmau5?
It's gonna be like a concert rave thing. Like you're gonna be like up on the stage doing stuff.
More or less. It's about living a night in the life of Deadmau5. You start off in his garage petting his
Sounds
cat,
exciting.
Professor Meowingtons, before racing off to the first gig in the middle of the city. It also comes with a special cardboard headset designed by Deadmau5, costing $17.95. Here, I even have a picture. If you look on the
Kiss my
stream,
ass and think I'm paying $17 for a piece of fucking cardboard.
here's a picture in the middle of the stream right now, which you guys can't see for the next 30 seconds. But yeah, I mean, it's a piece of cardboard with a design on it. You know, what more do you expect?
Yeah, but can I just print out the design and then
Oh,
just
that looks
put it on my
cute.
own?
Yeah, absolutely. You can print off any design and make a Google Cardboard out of it. I mean, they designed it to be, what do you call it? Reverse engineered. So
I would never wear that on my face. That's
it does look kind of silly. But, you know, if you're going for cheap VR, I mean, me and Saint talked last week about how expensive VR is and how you'd almost have to have a $2,000 rig
VR
just to use proper VR.
I got 2 VR headsets free.
Which
Wanna know
ones?
how? The Samsung VR. Because my
how'd you do
parents
that?
got Galaxy S7.
Oh, okay. And obviously they're not interested in... Does it come with the Galaxy S7 then?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a pre-order thing.
Promotional,
Like, buy
it's a
the-
promotional bundle.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
like buy
I
the
know
Galaxy
because I work at
S7.
Best Buy.
Yeah.
No, but here's the thing with ours. My parents pre-ordered it, and it's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna get our headsets, the phones, it's gonna be great. It took them 3 months to do us our headsets.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
And wait, it took 3 months from claiming the promotional offer to get them?
Yeah.
Wow.
O2 let you walk out with it. O2,
Well, now because they actually had them in stock, but
yeah.
Oh, you guys probably bought them right away.
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like when
Well,
they
we had
first came out.
we had them at Best Buy when we did ours. We only had a limited amount of them to give away, but we did have some to give away.
Did you give them away or did you sell them separately too?
Well, the ones we had separate ones to sell and to give away. Like usually the retailer will send you, you know, like these ones will be marked for promotional offer. You know, like we get TVs that are given away with Samsung phones sometimes as well.
Oh, right.
What? And they're marked like in our when we receive a truck, like how many are for that promotional thing. You know what
Oh, I
mean?
see. Okay. Interesting. So, you guys, any of you going to be getting Deadmau5's new game? Anyone
How much
interested?
is it?
No.
How much is it? How much
It
is
doesn't
the
say.
game?
It just said the headset itself $17. What was it? $17.95 or something. It
If
doesn't
it-
say
if
how
it-
much the game is.
why would I
Not.
put
It's
them
probably
on?
not going to be much. It's a mobile game, so
If it's free, then I might give it a go.
I doubt it'll be
It's
free.
not gonna be free. It's just being
No.
fucking published or whatever. By
Yeah. Absolute Vodka.
No,
So
Yeah,
No, but it could be just
Phone
a
games are
promotional
getting-
thing.
no, doubtful. They want money.
Phone games are getting way too expensive now. Like Final Fantasy games look like what, $17?
Yeah, there's no reason the Final Fantasy game should be any more than $10, except
not
for
the
maybe, like,
remakes. The remake shouldn't be more than that. It's kind of silly, especially when they
Yeah,
remade 2 and 3 recently. It's like they're not. I can get them on
Like-
my phone for $2, $3.
Like 10 and on, I
Like-
understand why they're going to be a little more expensive because graphically, you know what I mean.
Hmm.
There's much more going
Like
on there.
Final Fantasy 1 is like straight up $10 on a.
That's
phone.
crazy.
Yeah.
I have it on the phone. I don't think I paid $10 for it. But
Right.
yeah, it's still. I don't think it was worth the price, whatever it was. I completed it in a day. It really wasn't that hard. So, anything else you guys would like to add to the Deadmau5 VR game?
Make some real music, boy.
Oh, it did
think
say that some new music from him will be featured in the game that no one's heard yet.
Whoa.
Because
Oh,
that's
I
a
like
great
all
selling
those.
point, guys.
I want it now. I want it.
I mean, if I can go into my garage and just get like my 2 cymbals and just playing them together, I'm pretty sure it'll sound better than that.
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
I like that now.
Shots fired.
I do like the guy.
Yeah, the guy is cool, but
No, I like his music.
some of it,
It's
some of his
nice.
music is good. I liked it. I liked several songs of his.
Yeah,
You know, it's not too bad.
I do like the guy in general. To be fair,
Yeah, like he's a cool guy and all. But it's
Hmm.
just, I don't like
No way, he's a dick.
he's not.
Yes, he is.
He had Diablo Hardcore. He was streaming Diablo Hardcore, and he actually moaned at Blizzard.
How does that make him cool?
Yeah, I was about to say. Weren't you saying before, Michael, he
That
doesn't
guy's
like
actually a dick, though.
he
Seriously.
doesn't like meeting fans or something? Who was it who
One
said
thing
that
that I
earlier?
One thing that I like was he prank called Skrillex back in like 2012, and it was really fun. I remember.
All right. Anyway,
Anyway, Glenn,
Yeah.
talk to me. Tell me about Bioshock.
Oh, God, yes, Daddy. Basically.
What the fuck?
oh shit.
Oh
Now
no.
I know the truth.
So that's
Oh,
like
so-
America Ben.
Shut up.
you have to play child support.
Oh man, my coffee almost.
Anyway, back to topic. Back to
Yeah.
A couple of days ago, I was watching YouTube. I think I was watching Tio, and I played. You know, it's like this Bioshock. Okay, is there any Bioshock game coming out? No, they remastered all 3 Bioshock games for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Which,
Nice.
with somebody who misses Bioshock immensely, who used to be a PC player, that coming to PlayStation 4 is something that I will definitely buy. I was kind of very happy when I saw it.
Is it not on PlayStation 3 back in the day?
Yeah, it was, but I didn't really use it.
We did not get
No, he's
backwards
saying he had,
compatibility.
as somebody who used to be a PC player.
Okay.
Yeah, like at the time I was playing PC,
Oh, I see.
which I think I have all the Bioshock games on not PlayStation, Steam.
It's a great series. What do you think about Bioshock, Michael?
The first one was good. The second one was fucking dumb because it was basically the first one all over again, and then the third one was good.
Phil?
Third one was amazing.
I concur. The third one was good, but the second one was kind of just like replaying the story. It was just kind of
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, now I'm a big daddy. We could have just made this a second story in the first one.
Right.
or like DLC. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why the fuck did we need to make this a second game?
That's true. It was
Like,
kind of
I
silly.
just pretend that Bioshock 2 never even happened. Like, 1 and 3 are the ones that exist.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, also, Bioshock 3 was so fucking pretty.
It
Oh
was.
my god,
Oh
the
my god,
gorgeous.
yeah.
It was incredibly pretty.
You need to have best PC to play that game.
Well, back in
That
the
was-
day, you did.
Yeah,
You don't
back in the
need nothing
day.
special nowadays. I was running that shit at max on a 670.
Well, yeah.
I
Can't remember what I had back when I was playing it, but I
have,
ran it fine.
on the laptop that I use, which I have right here. Look at it. It's huge, but it's fucking shit, man.
Is that a HP?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, was it one of the Omens?
No wonder, right?
Mhm.
It was a GeForce GT 650M 2 gigabit graphics card. It was pretty shit.
Yeah. Chatbot's
Was that-
telling
was
me
that
I
a-
was disconnected.
It was not a GTX, it was a GT, which cost like $60 to get.
Okay.
Yeah, the GT series wasn't.
It was shit.
Yeah.
It was mid-range.
Yeah.
Yeah, on my Steam I have Bioshock and Bioshock. I played like 2 hours on Bioshock 2, but I have like 18 hours on Bioshock.
Really?
Yeah, I love that game.
Did you all complete the Bioshock games, like all of them?
I only completed one, and I played
completed
it
the
at
first
3.
one.
I
Okay.
completed
And I never-
Bioshock 2.
I never completed 3.
I never completed 3 either.
I was close. I was close to being 3.
I think I completed all of them. I'm not 100% on. What are you talking about, Saint?
I'm talking with Nate.
Is he talking? Because I didn't see anything come up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I completed all the Bioshocks. They're great. Fantastic. So happy they're being remastered, and I do believe they're going to be free for people who already own the game. Is that correct? For PC
yeah.
at least?
Yeah.
I think that was a
That's
thing I heard.
fucking awesome. That means I
Exactly.
need to buy the rest of the Bioshock series.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think originally I played the first Bioshock on PlayStation. So.
I
Oh,
played
yeah.
the first one Xbox, maybe?
I think I might have played the first one on Xbox, actually, now that I think about it. I do have them all on Steam now, but I think the first one was on Xbox.
Oh, actually, hold on. Let me check something, guys. They actually have their trilogy on sale right now. Go ahead, keep.
Oh,
talking.
really?
Yeah.
Nice. Love that. So yeah, I don't know. Third one was obviously the best. Nice big change, even though there was the DLC that takes you back to Rapture. I haven't actually played that DLC now that I think about it.
Triple pack is $7.98. Yep.
That ain't bad.
I think I got Bioshock 1 and 2 for like $20.
That triple pack price ain't bad at all. It's good. Nice. Alright, guys. Guess what Acer are investing in?
Oh! I got this. A VR headset.
Yes, Acer is investing $9 million into Starbreeze through a convertible bond to help with the Starbreeze VR. Starbreeze are people who now own Payday. They publish Dead by Daylight, Saint's favourite thing in the world right now. And
It's not my favorite thing in the world.
It is.
okay, I don't want to ask you what your favourite thing
Yeah,
in the
hold
world
on.
is.
To be fair,
Today,
hold
and
on. To be fair, it gets me views. Okay.
It gets.
So.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, the past week it's been pretty good. So yeah, apparently this will greatly benefit the long-term VR strategy of Starbreeze. Honestly, I had no idea Starbreeze was even making a VR headset. But
I heard
apparently
about
it's going to
that.
be a
Why?
premium headset, so where that price comes in range with the Oculus or the Vive, I do not know. But that's interesting. Do you think they will actually be able to pull that off?
Well, it depends what the VR market is by then.
That's
Yeah.
true. By the time they get it out, yeah, it might be a bit late.
Holy shit! $9 million is way too steep an investment, honestly.
Well,
Funny enough,
Wait,
it bought like 1 point something of their stock. That's it.
Still though, that's I wouldn't do it.
It gave them 0 point something voting rights in the company. It's like, meh, still can't have your say, but that is a big investment.
I don't see VR going much of anywhere for a long time, honestly.
No, do you think it will sort of die out and then resurface
I
later?
think it's not really dying out. It's just the appeal's gonna be there. Like everybody's gonna want it. The problem is nobody's gonna want to open their wallet.
Mm.
Yeah, because
and-
whenever I read the PlayStation 4 VR headset price, I was like, I don't want to buy that. That's me buying a PlayStation 4 all over again.
Yeah, but that's not really that bad of a price considering the price of the other headsets. It's actually really, really good.
Yeah,
Comparatively.
yeah, we were talking about that in last week's stream. It's comparatively, it's gonna be almost $2,000 to buy a good enough PC and an Oculus or a Vive. So
Whereas
if
like
you want to save the
$900
pennies,
whereas
for a
$900 to get a PS4 and a headset, like
Mhm.
it's literally half the price.
yeah, it depends. I mean, I noticed that
Anyway,
halfway through.
Phil was trying to talk.
Okay, go ahead, Phil.
Let Phil have his thought.
Well, I just think that the whole VR market is just going to kind of calm down and go away again for a bit, and then it might just revive itself. And if they are talking that sort of money, then maybe they bring out a big headset and release it slightly cheaper. But it's got a lot to keep up with the Vive and the Oculus, and it is good that there is cross-platform between those two now, and they're all okay with it. But you've got to hope that any new headset onto the market is on board with that and just kind of has that as its kind of mandate.
Yeah, putting DRM on a fucking monitor is brilliant, right, Phil?
Yeah, it just seems bizarre to put DRM on a monitor. So yeah, they could do it. What?
$1,000. Kidding me?
What's that for?
The Vive.
Yeah, the Vive already.
Is it 1,000 now? Jesus, that's crazy.
And the Oculus Rift is $800.
Vive is better. I mean, for $200 more.
Yeah, for $200 more and
better
getting
product.
you know the extra features.
Shit, I'm going back to PlayStation.
Don't moan about the PlayStation VR price, because
Yeah, it's not worth
where
it.
we want. That's like more line where we want. That's where we want the price to be for sure. Somewhere around there. Maybe. You know what? Honestly, if they can make it 400, right?
yeah,
If
that's
they can
what
make it 400, that's like the perfect price point. 5 is still not bad though. That's good. That's good enough for me, honestly. But 4 would be, I think, the perfect price point.
Well, you guys better get the PlayStation, because PlayStation's all online.
But the thing is, I don't think VR is going to ever make it like to social gaming, because I think it'll be more a solo experience. Like,
Yeah, I think it will always be a social, a solo experience.
And I do think that is where like you're going to lose a lot of marketplace, because most people play games with friends. Like, you might sit there and play one game as a game through single player, like something like Mass Effect or like a story-based game like that. But how many games do you play regularly that are going to want the VR experience? So
I mean, there are some pretty good co-op. There's some pretty good co-op games coming out though.
Yeah.
What, for VR?
Yeah, you have Hover Junkers, which is all co-op. Yeah, I mean, okay, I wouldn't say good games. I mean, Hover Junkers looks great, but are they not so
Star
great?
Trek again, aren't you?
No, I'm going to mention that one with the birds in Paris. It seems like a cool
yeah.
concept, but not something that's going to grab your attention.
No, but see, like a game like that'd be fine if you all had like the Samsung VR. You could just sit there and play it on your mobile. That'd be fine. But I can't see people investing like 800 quid just to play like solo player experiences, or not as wide experience of range on.
See, for me, I could care less about multiplayer games in VR. My whole thing is like, you know,
immersion.
Like your Skyrims and stuff like that. Games that I have a hard enough time staying invested in because I can't play with other people. I think VR would be something to help me feel, you know, better about playing them.
Yeah.
More, I guess, the immersion, like you said.
Yeah.
And also, like, I play a lot of single-player horror games as well, and that would be fantastic.
Horror games would be good in VR. Horror games would be very good in VR.
Yeah, horror games is where VR is gonna sit there and make its money.
Well, if somebody can make a good horror game, because we haven't seen a good one in how fucking long. So.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's fair.
What did you have to say, Glenn?
I'm actually looking at the PlayStation 4 games compatible with PlayStation VR list right now, and there's this one game that has one. It's called Paranormal Activity VR. That sounds pretty fun.
Paranormal Activity VR?
If it's based off of the Paranormal Activity movies, I immediately write that off as shit.
Yeah.
So
You'll be sat there looking.
Oh shit!
You'll be sat there looking at CCTV for 20 minutes.
No, well, I would think that it'd be like you'd be like sitting in your bed and then you just be looking around.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, probably.
They actually have gameplay of it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it for this one.
All right, you watch that while we talk about the final story I've got written down for today. Michael, Dead by Daylight?
We got updates.
Woo! What have they fixed? Have they made it worthwhile yet?
Well, here's the thing. It's still not quite there.
Oh.
But so they fixed some of the window juking problems. Now, if a survivor keeps going through the same window, they'll progressively get slower. So that
really?
it actually gives the killer a chance to actually catch them. Like the more they're going through the windows, the slower they'll get.
That's actually quite a clever fix for that.
Yeah, I like it as well. They still haven't fixed the problem with infinite juking, like for the certain buildings because of how close the windows are to each other. It doesn't quite fix that yet, but it's a step in the right direction for sure.
So if you go through one window but then go through a different window, it doesn't affect your speed even if you repeat the two windows over and over?
No, it'll still affect your speed, but because of like some of the buildings having like a really long walk around to the other side of the window, it doesn't matter how slow you get, like you'll still be able to juke the killer because of the way those buildings are designed. But that's something they said they're going to be working on as well, which is good that they're redesigning the maps a bit. I still expect there to be juking areas, right? Don't get me wrong, but
yeah.
Just so that there's not these huge walks around, so that like it's down to a matter, it's mind games. Who's gonna go which way first? You know what I mean? Like you actually have to pay attention to what you're doing. You can't just mindlessly hop, run in a circle through the windows, basically.
Is there anything else they fixed?
They fixed the ranking system a little bit. People are now being paired together, by rank a bit better.
Oh, about time.
Yeah.
That must have been really recent. It was only a couple of days ago you were complaining about that.
The patches just came out like over the last 2 days.
Okay.
They also made it so that people who disconnect will lose 3 pips towards their rank.
Ooh, ouch.
Yep.
That's quite a loss. I mean, what if you disconnect accidentally? Like, what if your internet goes out?
You lose the pips. I mean,
gosh.
Well, I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, with the amount of people that were disconnecting, I'm fine with that. Honestly, because people are just disconnecting left and right, and you would also downrank yourself. You know what I mean? Because they cost you, any points you would have gotten off that person in the game.
Yeah.
Or if the killer disconnects, all the survivors are going to downrank because they didn't get any points. Because if the killer disconnects, he's the host gone, game over.
Fair enough.
They also added that you get points as a killer for each person that leaves. Now I kind of have a problem with this because they didn't do the same thing for survivors. They made it easier for the survivors to complete their objective, but they didn't give any points towards them for the person on their team that left, which they should. If the killer's going to get points for the survivors leaving, the survivors should also get points, maybe a generator's worth of points towards that person leaving. Because,
then
otherwise
it's all of a sudden much harder for them to do all the objectives.
Exactly.
Okay.
But they not only did they fix some stuff, they also broke some stuff.
Oh no.
Trapper couldn't place traps at windows anymore, which was important because if it window juking spots. Add-ons are not working still. All of them aren't working still for killers. After the patch, for some reason, a lot of the add-ons that you could use in the game for the killers, some of them allow, say, Trapper to carry extra traps, stuff like that, right? But that stuff was broken and not working. They did fix the Trapper, though, the Trapper bug, placing traps at the window. They did fix that, but I don't think they fixed add-ons yet. I don't know. To be honest, the more and more I play this game, don't get me wrong, I like it. It honestly feels like the game's beta. It really feels like beta.
Like we were saying last week, it should still be in early access, ideally.
Well, yeah. They rushed it for E3, and they really shouldn't have.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I swear, I'm gonna keep on with these updates on Dead by Daylight until it's a good game, or until I say, you know what, fuck it.
I can tell you guys what we have for news next week. Dead by Daylight. No, it's good.
If we're gonna do Dead by Daylight, you've got to do Overwatch as well.
I will tell you now.
Cool,
I'll tell you
I don't
now.
have to do shit
No,
about
no, no,
it.
no, no Overwatch. I'll tell you now, Michael. Next week, I will buy Dead for Daylight and try it out myself. Okay?
Do that at your own risk. I cannot.
Yeah, I know
cannot
you
condone
still
that
don't
purchase.
recommend it.
I cannot condone that purchase.
Okay.
But he says there's been no good horror games yet. He's been banking on about this horror.
It's not a horror. I don't play.
It's
it
not
because
really
it's a
horror.
game. I like the mechanics.
Guys,
Okay.
Guys,
Yes.
this game is
You're talking about
fucking scary.
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch
God.
it. Probably just not be scared at all. I have a really thick skin to horror stuff. I've been watching that since I was like 5 years old.
Think PT, but more scarier, and it has nothing to do with the movie. It's just genuinely scary.
Could be
Okay,
they
you
are.
just compared paranormal activity game to PT, bro. I think that might be a stretch. I'll check it out. But I think that might be a stretch.
It's a lot like the PT game, where like you would go around and collect stuff and have jump scares happen.
Weird. I'll have to check it out after the
God.
stream.
Yeah, it's
Anything else anyone would like to add before we finish?
Glenn, are you about to shit your pants?
I already did.
Damn.
That
We wanted
good,
to keep on the clean side, Glenn.
Anyone else got anything else I'd like to talk about this week?
No, I think I'm good unless
think
you
we
guys
got-
have some stuff.
I think we get.
Glenn?
I can
Glenn,
talk about
anything?
if you want.
Sorry?
I can talk about this list if you want, but no, not really.
Alright, well guys, you're happy to end it there? Everyone good?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, thank you so much everyone for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, do feel free to give us a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe. We will be back next Friday or Saturday, depending. Sometimes it might be a little bit off. And we'll also be here throughout the week on various games. You can go watch SaintBalmung. His Twitch handle was in chat there above his camera. Go watch
Yep,
him.
I
He'll
will be
most
streaming
likely
Dead by Daylight
right
at
after.
some point.
You're gonna be doing it
I think
afterwards?
I'm gonna get coffee. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get
Thank
coffee,
you,
have
Midnight
cigarettes,
Brosier,
and
for
ready to go.
following. Appreciate it. Oh, the sound didn't play. I had that all set up. Oh well.
That's Nate, by the way.
Ah, thank you, Nate. Oh, look, my dogs are barking just in time.
Oh, it
Okay,
did
guys.
show up. I seen it.
Yeah,
Sound didn't play, but I saw it show up. By the way, I can make that better for you if you want.
fantastic. I'm going to end this before the dogs piss me off. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
All right, have a good one, guys.